How's it going, everybody? It's your old pal, the Ninja Nerd. I almost said my old name like a warrior. I have to keep remembering that. Back again with another movie review live. Once again, before I start speaking, I'm babbling and rambling my mind off of my favorite movies that I love to talk about that I go see practically every day. Always remember, this is all 100% live, so anything I say or anything that bad happens, like technical difficulties or shit like that, I cannot control. This is all 100% live. This is why I love doing it. Anything I mess up is just going to be the most awkward thing that'll probably show up in those cringe compilations on YouTube. So, as you saw from the title, I went to go see Stephen King's film adaptation of this year, reboot, pretty much, of It. Now, It, I've had a very strange experience. I did see, literally, yesterday, the original one, the TV movie that came out back in the 90s, I believe, with Tim Curry, I believe is the guy who played the original Pennywise. So when I first saw this trailer coming out, I mean, it seemed like it had all the signs of a very... This clown is scary. As we're talking, yeah, that thumb that I just did it right now. I saw that fucking image. Stop staring at me, okay? I've had a bad experience watching you. So, as I was saying, I had a really weird experience watching the original one. After I saw the trailer for it, I was like, there's nothing interesting. It had all the bad signs of a very shitty reboot that we get like every year nowadays since like goddamn 2010 in Hollywood. A reboot either of an old classic show that everybody loves, or not even a classic one. I mean, what, The Last Airbender? Any show that a lot of people usually love or are a big fan of and have big nostalgia for that can make a big buck. Anything that a lot of people are talking about. Any big classic film that is usually honored by so many people or loved by so many different kinds. Fucking emojis. Who asked for that? Who did? Anyway, so I was not having many expectations at all when I was going to go see this movie. But then, a couple of days before the movie came and I was going to go see it, it was getting great reviews. 8 out of 10s. 90s. All 90s kids. 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was really surprised. I was like, what the hell? What's going on? I thought it was going to be a terrible movie with some good jump scares here and then. All my friends and I were going to go plan to see it, and it turned out to be amazing. What was happening? And then I went to go see it, and oh my god. I think I said that like 5 times. It was such an amazing, scary movie. Now, I think you all know, and if you've checked out my Alien Covenant review, the only true horror movie that really scared the crap out of me for the first time that I really love now, it's still, even after watching this, my favorite horror movie, Alien, the 1979 Ridley Scott classic. That was the only scary movie that ever actually had me shaking in my seat. Not even The Exorcist. The Shining did scare me. I did see that this year. It was pretty good, but it wasn't at that level of Alien where I was like, shit your pants scared that, oh my god, I want to look away from the screen. Both really creepy, both really deep, both awesome movies. The Exorcist, Shining, I'm not trying to pander, talk shit on those films, but they just don't scare the crap out of me. Like, I see, like, on those shitty commercials for, like, Paranormal Activity, when the people are jumping out and just covering their eyes. Oh, no, I can't see the stupid string pulling that guy. They're stupid. So I was like, but I mean, most scary movies don't. So after I watched Alien for the first time, I was like, oh, that was amazing. Like, I got such a big respect for horror, for what it can do. But then I was like, I bet I'm never going to have that again. And now after watching the remake for It, I just want to say, Hollywood, you can be really shitty sometimes. I mean, this year I've learned that you are that desperate that you will make movies about faces on our phones when you're that, and literally push a movie that most people can get very excited for, of a classic cartoon that we know as Popeyes, for faces on your phones. That's how desperate you can get. But sometimes, you surprise me. You really do. And I love it when you do. Because when most people assume all doom and gloom, you pull off the unthinkable. A reboot film adaptation of a classic, of a film franchise that usually doesn't even work. The only good, let's think about it honestly, how many good Stephen King film adaptation movies out there? Aside from The Shawshank Redemption and fucking The Shining. Both starting with the shit. It's really weird, I just noticed that. I'm sorry, I'm stupid, I forget that. You guys notice how many good Stephen King movies out there aside from those two? That's right, none. They're all practical. Let's be real. No matter how many good memories or nostalgia you have from like Children of the Corn that a lot of people tell me they're scared of, the original It, let's be real. I watched all of them again. Before this one, I almost said It. The Shining, and sorry, this camera. I'm doing this live, okay? Like I said, I'm gonna mess up everything. Let's live. The Shining, The Shawshank Redemption. God, I'm so close to this one, alright? So, God damn it. This is why you don't do stuff live, kids. You gotta get ready. Oh my god, seriously, this is gonna go on a cringe compilation someday. The Shining and The Shawshank Redemption are the only really good, thank God, really good Stephen King film adaptations that exist. Aside from that, all of them are very corny, very outdated now. They make me laugh sometimes. Like, the original, I was laughing how silly it was. Like, one thing that I always made fun of a lot, like Nostalgia Critic, I remember seeing reviews of that he picked on. It was like, it was supposed to be a rainy day, but somehow it was still sunny, so you can obviously tell they were just like dumping water around in that set. Like, there's so many little things that bother me of the old Stephen King films. Like that miniseries that he had of all the classic stories, like when he redid The Shining, because Stephen King apparently fucking hated the original one. I don't know how. Like, the point is, most Stephen King movies usually don't really meet my expectations of a good horror movie. But then after seeing this movie, wow, I was very surprised. This movie doesn't just have great acting, great story, it also has some of the scariest fucking visuals I've seen in a movie theater in a very long time. The last horror movie I think I saw at the movies was Alien Covenant. Still a great movie. I still hold to that opinion. Once again, I'm sorry if you hate the movie, because I know a lot of people, just like Prometheus and Alien Covenant, really hate them. I'm sorry, okay? I really enjoyed the movies. And once again, I still haven't seen every other Alien movie, so that's what I noticed. Most people complaining about those horror films, that they have a lot more to them. But I usually have lower expectations for those films. But those are the only ones that truly, really had me like shaking in the theaters. After that, I think the other one that I was Don't Breathe. I appreciate it more now that I look at it, watch it again, but none of them scare me. Some of them make me laugh. This is the only film in a very long time that I was at the movies covering my eyes and looking away from the screen. It isn't just the clown, which is the best part that's scary of the movie. As you all know, it's all about these kids. You've seen all the trailers. The kids trying to deal with this scary entity that haunts them around the town. I don't want to spoil too much, by the way, so if you're expecting spoilers, get the fuck out of here. And then, spoiler alert, every 27 years, this entity known as It comes and haunts them and kidnaps children, especially, and sometimes adults. And then, what's surprising, while most of them are kids, they're really good actors, and I really cared for them. And even the stuff that happens to those kids, you know, their backstories, and what they're more... I know it's hard to explain. I'm trying to remember everything that happened. They're more of an outcast group. It's supposed to be an 80s film, so also one thing I love about it has so many 80s references. All you nerds out there who love references and Easter eggs in films, I wasn't even paying attention to that, and I noticed so much. If anybody knows, spoiler alert, if you were at that clown scene with all the creepy clowns, you noticed the original It costume was there in the doll. Yeah, I'm a nerd. Deal with it. But so much stuff like that got me so disturbed. Like, there was this one scene, I don't want to spoil too much, of like this little girl like being molested by somebody. It was so, or like just being like sexually, like, I don't know how to say it. It's so, she was being sexually talked to in like a very weak, creepy, provocative way. And if you get like the context of what I mean after you saw the movie, you'll understand what I mean. That it made me so uncomfortable, especially with stuff like that, when I see children like being molested, or, you know, being like hit on and like sexual ways. It's so weird and uncomfortable. I don't get it's horrifying, the fact that happened. So the fact that that movie did that in moments of the movie, it was disturbing. So many scary as fuck images from the clown. Like, of course, the point is, like, he can turn into different things. We all know this. Like, it's been in the book since, like, the 70s. Is the book from the 70s? I think that's The Shining. Okay, I don't have a lot of fact checking. Anybody remember my review of Dunkirk that I said it was World War I? Yeah, I can fuck up sometimes. This is all live, okay? Don't expect me to be perfect. But yeah, stuff like that is so disturbing. The actors, which surprisingly, you know, I get it. We all love to make fun of child actors. And yeah, it just isn't perfect either. There are some moments that I did pay attention to that were very corny. The kids, like, had a blank face when they're supposed to be reacting, freaking out. But they're child actors, okay? And we love making fun of child actors in Hollywood all the time. They're usually very forgive me. I had a lot of soda. They're usually very shitty. Jesus Christ, I just noticed how far I am from here. Better not. Sorry if you heard that. It's my alarm. I have my phone with me as I'm doing this on my phone, alright? This is where I do most of my life stuff. It's very fun to do here. Maybe this will work. Much better. So, yeah. Where was I? I'm trying to refresh my mind. This happens all the time. even though the kids can be very corny, it's surprising. Like, it's like when I watched The Jungle Book. Even though there's so moments that were like, I didn't buy it so much, you gotta give it some slack. They're literally, like, 10, 15-year-olds at best supposed to do shit that usually 30, 20-year-olds do. It shocked me so much that they managed to pull so many moments that I really felt emotional for them. And that's the beauty of what they promoted so much in this movie that I thought was bullshit. I was like, do you really have to point that out? That there were great characters. But it's true. I really appreciate that they really were bringing their A game. Like, I care for these characters, which is the best part for me in the movie. I mean, it should be obvious to most people, but in my opinion, even though it's crazy, I should really bring this up as an opinion. When there's not great characters in the movie, I don't care about practically the entire movie. I love Star Wars because of the characters. Yeah, the scenes and the action is fun. I love a good action movie. But without interesting characters, I don't give a shit. They're practically there to show you this new world that you're being brought into in the big screen. If they're not interesting, and they're corny or they're awkward or you're not buying it, most of the movie for me fails. I don't care for it because I'm like, why should I care if they don't care? You know what I mean? Something like that. And this movie managed to do that. They made me not be bad. They managed to make me care for them all the way. It was even disturbing because, a fun thing, I went to the movie a bit late. Some things happened. I had to finish some chores around the house, so I went with my friends. I was 20 minutes late in the movie. So 20 minutes already went by. Even if I think those 20 minutes were god-awful, the rest of the movie was good enough to make me have an amazing experience. Shitting my pants, scary how it could get, with some terrifying images and the way they did. And they really got some good scares. They earned it. And not just that, by the way, I almost forgot about this. The movie's freaking hilarious so many ways. A lot of the Stranger Things actors are there too, which surprised me, which may be why they had that comedy style. I noticed because I started watching Stranger Things. It has a lot of that style. Since it's based in the 80s, like I said, it has a lot of funny as shit 80 jokes, especially for me who's a big nerd and gets a lot of references. Made me laugh my ass off all the way. Some really adult jokes. These kids are vulgar as hell, and they're supposed to be like 10-year-olds, I think, in the movie. But without spoiling too much, I know I'm like 10 minutes talking about how much I love the movie. I don't want to spoil too much about it. This is how much I want to go to. Maybe I'll do another video and I'll go in detail. If you guys want to do that, I know a lot of critics do that on YouTube. They first upload a non-spoiler review. If you guys want that, post it in the comments. I don't want to spoil too much of the movie, but give me my final score about it. With fantastic story, fantastic cinematography too. There's some fantastic moments that I really felt like. If you've seen The Shining, you know those moments of the direction where it feels like you're with those kids running around with the little kid in the maze. If you've seen The Shining, so many people probably haven't seen it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It feels like that in some moments when they're running from like Pennywise. It's so creepy. Stuff like that I appreciate, where they really care about the detail of the movie. Funny as hell, surprisingly, making me care for characters, especially in a horror movie, which I know I sound like I give a lot of crap to them, but most horror movies, like I said, don't scare me. When Alien Covenant, that most people hate, is the one that scared me the most this year, aside from now It, you know I have very low expectations. So it was a very surprising movie to me. Now, was it perfect? I'm not going to say it was a perfect movie yet. It soon might be. I want to see other people's opinions. I know it's like, why, it's your own opinion, who cares? But sometimes, especially from other reviews, they give me a new perspective on the movie that I end up watching that I never get. But right now, the worst thing I can find about this movie is some moments of corny acting, which I can easily give slack off of, because, you know, they're child actors. It's not perfect. And because it's being a reboot, though, I give it some slack. After I talked about War for the Planet of the Apes, if you remember, sometimes a reboot or remake can be better. It's very fucking rare. Surprisingly, after It, I noticed too, there's a lot of coincidences. The only two reboots that I personally thought were better than the originals were both based off of monkeys. King Kong and Planet of the Apes. Oh my god. It was one of those movies that I actually really loved way more than the original. I'm sorry, Stephen King. Look, I get you tried harder than that TV show or that movie, like 3-hour-long movie I think it was about It. I didn't buy it, alright? In the end, I know I may regret saying this because I do want to give it another score, but right now, just for safety, because I know some people might get really pissed, maybe in the comments, I know YouTube, I can't avoid it, even with this score, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Great acting, fantastic cinematography, some amazing visuals with the horror, really scares the crap out of you. Great story. I hope I'm not, overselling you guys on this, I don't want to disappoint you guys, but I really had a great time. It was just my experience. Go watch other reviews if you don't agree with me. That's all I really gotta say now. I know it's all live, it's kind of weird, but I don't want to spoil anything else. If you guys want a full spoiler review, me going into detail of this movie, since I'm a big movie nerd and I love some really good Stephen King movies, like I said, The Shining, Shawshank Redemption. When they make good Stephen King stuff, I really am into it. Like, I was gonna buy the It book for my school, that we have to read a book, just for how hyped I was for this movie after I surprisingly saw good reviews. I really wasn't let down. I hope it doesn't let you down. Thank you all for watching this review. It was 13 fucking minutes long, Jesus. It's actually shorter than most of my reviews, honestly. Aside from my newer ones that I fully edit, but this is live. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoy this review. New videos coming out all the time. I do have some gaming videos, believe it or not, that I have set up soon. I know, like I said, it is school year, and I am keeping what I promised. Here and then, though, especially when I can do a quick live movie review, I don't mind doing that, but don't expect a lot of fully high quality, I guess is a hard term to give. Let's be real, I'm not the best YouTube channel. Some decent edited quality videos. Don't expect too many of those, but whenever I can, I do. But expect a lot more videos on the channel. If not, go check out some other stuff that I have. I think you're all going to enjoy it. But without further ado, that's all that I got for today. If you guys, like I said, post in the comments if you want any spoiler reviews or anything else you even want me to check out, any new movies or any new game you want me to play. Like I said, go crazy. I know I've gotten a lot of new subscribers. This is why I'm doing this. Thank you all for watching. And without further ado, have a great day. Or night, I guess. See you guys.